Adjustable drivers are now all the rage, with golfers trying to hit their longest, straightest drives ever. But 99% of golfers don't understand how they can actually use this to play better golf. In today's video, that's what I'm going to show you, exactly how to adjust your driver to hit longer drives, straighter drives, and play better golf. I've done a video very similar to this over on our teaching channel, Get Good at Golf, where we aim to help you get good at golf one day at a time. So if you want to see that, go and check it out. We post daily golf videos on how to help you get good at golf. But today, let's see how we can adjust this driver to help me hit better shots. I'm going to hit you some shots out here on the golf course at Woolley Park Golf Club. I've also been in the simulator room testing different adjustments to see which one works for me. Now, I would 100% advise you to go and get fitted if you were spending big money on a new driver. But sometimes if you want to tweak it, you want to change it, I often don't advise you take this out with you because you can get in your own head a little bit. But if I hit you a shot now, you'll see that this is a fitted TaylorMade Stealth for me. It's in a standard adjustment, it is on a standard loft, and it's in the right shaft. So if I put my best golf swing on this, it should generally be a nice straightish shot. So we're on a par 5, we're going to try and cut the corner a little bit. And that is absolutely perfect. But say if you don't hit a great drive, say if you want to change it, you want to tweak it a little bit, what's the best option? So for me, generally, if I do hit a bad shot, a little bit of a hook. So if I put this driver into the fade setting up here, that should move the center of mass in the club and should help me hit it a little bit straighter. Now guys, like I said, I've been in the studio testing these to see what works for me, and there's a secret setting that people don't know about with these drivers that can certainly help you stop hitting it right. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So now I've got it in the fade setting, I know it shouldn't go left if I put a good swing on it, and that is the key point to this video. If I put a good swing on it, no driver adjustment can stop you hitting a certain shot if your swing is that bad, which mine often is. But let's try and play that same shot and see if it moves just a little bit more with the adjustment. Carbon copy a little bit higher, has cut a little bit. That's done pretty much everything I want it to do there. But what if I move that fade setting to the draw setting? And what if I start actually taking the head off and look at different lie angles on here to help me hit better shots? So I'll move this down into the draw setting there as far as it can go. You see, you can move it in kind of little increments, but for me, if you're going to change it, you might as well go all the way and change it into the draw setting. So now, if I put the same swing on this, is it going to just draw? Potentially not. Do I have to change something in the swing to make it draw? Yes. Should it go a little bit straighter? If the science is right, then yes. So the wind's actually helping a draw here as well. Can we move this round the corner? Yes. That is a perfect draw, a perfect fade, and a pretty straight shot using the adjustments on this club. So what is the top secret adjustment that I've mentioned, and what is the adjustment that we mentioned over on Get Good at Golf? Remember guys, go over there and subscribe if you want daily golf tip and lesson videos. We're hoping to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month, and we'd love it if you were a part of it. Right. Guys, this is a tip that if your friend hits it right, you don't want to tell them, because this will stop them hitting it right. And if you hit it right, stay tuned, because it'll stop you hitting it right. Remember, I've been in the studio, guys, looking at all these different adjustment settings to see what works for me, and that's very important. I think if you do get fitted and then have a few lessons, go in with your PGA Pro, go in with your coach, go in with someone that understands what they're doing. You might need to tweak it a little bit. It won't change the world, might help you hit one or two more fairways. So you'll see if I look at this, guys, we have standard loft, we have higher, and we also have lower. People think that's it. They think, oh, I can change the loft, I can go higher, lower, I can maybe change the ball flight a bit. What if I showed you this? Upright. What does that mean? An upright lie angle means that the toe of the club moves up in the air a little bit, contrary to some comments in the video over on Get Good at Golf who don't really understand the laws of physics. But as soon as I put this in, you'll see that it actually changes my posture a little bit. It changes how I stand to the ball. And to make it a fair test, I've tested this in the simulator as well, remember, I can't wait to show you not only the numbers but the dispersion difference. I'm going to put this weight back in the neutral setting, just because I don't want you to think that it's the draw setting that's done this. Now, if I set up to a ball, so you see now that the lie angle is more upright, so if I stand in my standard position, that toe just sits a little bit more up in the air. So what does that do? at impact. If the toe sits more up in the air, then the 9 degrees that's loft on here will point ever so slightly left. That will obviously help you stop hitting it right, because if the loft's pointing slightly left, imagine if I went all the way over here, you'd never do it, but that loft is pointing way left, and if we go the other way, the loft starts to point right. That's called face plane tilt, and it means the loft is pointing in a certain direction. So essentially now, this should go left. My bad shot is left. It's not necessarily something I would want, but I know I can aim way out to the right here, put a good swing on it, and it should go straight / left. Let's see. Absolutely bang straight. So guys, there are a couple of different adjustments you can do with your driver. This is a TaylorMade Stealth. Most drivers do have adjustable weights, adjustable lofts, adjustable lie angles. Let's jump in the simulator room and let's see exactly which adjustment worked for me, because it's the exact one I didn't think would work for me. So I kicked things off with the TaylorMade Stealth in the standard settings, and guys, this is exactly why I wanted to go into a little bit more depth, to be honest, on this channel than we did on the Get Good at Golf page, just to show you what adjustments you can make to your driver to hit straighter, better, longer tee shots realistically. Not everybody does want to spend the money on an adjustable driver, but if you have got one, don't think you can go and try and work this out yourself. Try and go in there with your PGA Pro, with your coach, with a club fitter, and just see exactly what you can get out of it. Now, we started off standard, as I said, then I moved it down into the draw setting. Now, for me, my bad shot is normally left, so draw setting shouldn't suit me, and with the weight being in the heel, my bad shot is usually struck out of the toe. So that means that the centre of gravity isn't going to be behind the strike zone, so again, it shouldn't really give me the optimum numbers, but I thought I'd try it anyway, because you never know, and a little bit later on in the sequence, you'll see that actually trying something that shouldn't work will really, really help you. After the draw setting, I did move it into the fade setting. Now the fade setting for me should be a better setting. You see that now is in the toe, so if I strike out the toe, should be more centre of mass behind that strike zone. So it should help me kind of maintain a little bit more ball speed. On this one, you'll see we did take this out because we smashed the ball into 2 pieces. But it should just help us maintain a little bit more ball speed. The spin rate should be a little bit better. And I'm not going to bore you with loads of more ball flights. Eventually, we did move it back into that standard setting, into the standard 9-degree loft. But this is a secret weapon, guys. If you struggle with a right shot, if you put that club a little bit more upright, like I mentioned earlier in the video, you might see a little bit of something special. Now, I'm going to throw a couple of these ball flights on screen for you to see now. Look at these. It was time after time after time after time. I just seemed to hit it really straight. Now, the science behind this should not work. I should be hitting this ball left, but I don't know, I just felt comfortable. You can see the dispersions in green there. They were the upright, and you could throw a blanket over all of them. Looking at all the numbers, yes, the dispersion was great, but the numbers weren't quite there because I wasn't striking out the middle of the face. The ball speed was 155 as opposed to the others that were up at 158 and 157. Spin rates all very similar. Numbers quite similar, 278, 276, 281, the longest one in the fade setting, and 277 in the upright. So guys, what would you choose out of those, looking at dispersions and numbers? Get in the comments and let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all exactly the same time tomorrow. Bye.